you get like one, right? Like a mega or a micro or a sporophyte or a gametophyte, do you get like 1 out of 2 points? Yes, you
Some
do.
context. And you don't have to worry about combining mega and micro with sporophyte because we haven't gone over such a thing. So it's mega or micro gametophyte, and this is sporophyte.
Oh, really?
Are these five that you're going off of this?
Well, because we've gone over very few examples of where sporophyte has gender. I mean, they're usually complete, meaning that. And also it is that because on one plant is you typically produce some microspores and metaspores, with some examples, exceptions.
Are these five that you're going over separate ones that we're going over in class or this year?
No, they're the same one.
So they're data posted online.
Already there. Been there since we did the lab. So this is showing the female gametophyte right there. Here's the male gametophyte right there. So you're gonna get double fertilization.
Ooh, yes, we do.
Okay. So what will be one cell that a sperm cell will fuse with down here? So it could be two different cells. What's the name of one of them?
One of them is going to be a mega, since it's female, a spore, megaspore cell, right?
No.
Mega gametophyte.
Yeah, but what's the name of one of the cells in the mega gametophyte that a sperm cell will fuse with? An
Egg?
egg, probably.
So you can just call it an egg?
Yeah. An egg. Because
Does
an
it
egg, by
have-
definition, is a gamete that fuses with sperm cells, so this functions as an egg, and a sperm cell will be coming from here, and then that will form a zygote, which develops into the embryo.
No, so the 6 cells, any of them that the male gametophyte goes into, the male nuclei goes into, that's the one that you're gonna call an egg.
Well,
I thought you said there wasn't an egg. Don't I said an egg?
well, if you see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only one of these will function as an egg. The other ones have other names and they have other functions, but we didn't go into those details.
So, but the definition of that is the one, because any of them could be an egg, because that's the but you define that as an egg when the male nuclei enters that.
Correct.
Okay.
So before when we were looking at them and I said an egg, those were eggs? But these are eggs?
Those
One
were
of them
just
was
cells.
an egg.
Well, we've called an egg all the way going back to some of the algae.
Yeah.
About when you have a gamete and they're two different sizes. One gender moves and one doesn't. So we've been using that term since back to Edagonia and the green algae.
No, I just didn't know.
Okay. However, here is different from most other plants, but there's a second sperm cell and it's functional and it's going to fuse with something else. That something else is this big
The
cell.
2 N.
So that's, what is that called?
The 2 N.
So two polar nuclei.
2 polar nuclei.
Two polar nuclei plus a sperm cell will form a zygote that will form what tissue?
That one.
Endosperm.
Endosperm. Yeah.
What's this?
No, because that's the one that they get their energy from.
Okay, so that's the life cycle, and just a reminder what we went over is that we've been following the progressive reduction in gametophyte, progressive greater complexity of sporophyte.
So you would call that cell a polar nuclei, that's it?
It's the two, yeah,
Okay.
it's the cell with two polar nuclei, that's the only name we have for it.
Polar nuclei.
Then this says the seed structure, so we got a bean and then later a corn, and this is already labeled for you. We had this all the way back to the respiration lab. Here is what will be the root system, what will be the stem and leaf system, avocado, two cotyledons.
2 cotyledons, 1 avocado, 1 avocado.
And so it's a dicot. And then this shows what happens after germination, what would the avocado develop into?
The stem and
All this.
leaves.
And then this is avocado.
Wait, so part of the stem is, okay, no, we already talked about it.
Yeah.
How to part
So,
of the stem. That's a
Because
mistake.
by definition, whatever is below the cotyledon is hypocotyl, so if you see the cotyledons above ground, then part of the stem is formed by the hypocotyl.
Oh, so that is hypocotyl, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this structure over here, there's hypocotyl. Cotyledons are attached right there, tip of the line. So that point right there becomes that point right there. So this shows you what is epicotyl pointing to, what is hypocotyl.
Last time I was misunderstood that.
And it's the same thing with the corn. The difference is the embryo is smaller, and there's one cotyledon that you never see unless you dissect it. Here's the one cotyledon. This is epicotyl, that type of cotyl, and most of this is endosperm, which remains in the seed and is used by the embryo when the seed germinates. Where'd the endosperm go? Here. It formed. Where'd it go?
Then he just used up.
It's used up by the sporophyte embryo, but as the seed was forming, and so that's what we went over to say, that the endosperm is always formed, it's always used by the sporophyte embryo. The difference is, in things like beans, it's used up in the process of making the seed to make a bigger embryo. And in corn, like maybe monocots, stays within the seed and is used at germination. So the,
You can only see
usually
the
the embryo is
seed.
a little bit smaller.
You can only see it in the seed. No.
Yep, I see this. So that's the life cycle. So here's that companion drawing that shows what happens when the seed germinates compared to the seed itself.
Avocado.
So just to clarify, the sporophyte gets its nutrients from the gametophyte, right?
Correct.
And so it's dependent on that, but it gets its energy from the endosperm.
If you're talking about flowering plants, because the female gametophyte has gotten so small through evolution, it is that a different tissue is functioning to directly provide the energy.
So in flowering plants, it gets most of its energy from the endosperm, while in non-flowering plants, it gets most of it from the gametophyte.
Correct. And that goes all the way back to the earliest plants. So if you
Everything
go
else,
back
yeah.
to earliest plants, you could see the gametophyte providing energy to the sporophyte, sporophyte providing energy to gametophyte. But what happens, if you go back to this diagram, what happens when the flowering plant, this gametophyte down here is so small?
That thing got no energy.
Yeah.
Okay. For gymnosperms, Genetophyta, it has double fertilization. Does it form the endosperm? A successful one?
Can you repeat that?
Oh, sorry. Genetophyta has double fertilization.
The Phyllomycophyta has double fertilization.
Isn't it Hopkins?
Yeah.
The GN one.
But see, typically in English, there's no GN sound, so it's silent G.
Really?
Yeah, like, you ever heard of an insect called a gnat?
Like gnaw, the word gnaw, to gnaw something. It's not gnaw.
Yeah,
Nah, it's a bad-
I can't think
You never
of
heard
an
the word
English word
gnaw?
with a GN sound.
But so you call it Genetophyta.
I don't know.
So yeah, let's go back to the point.
We will not have a pronunciation.
Yeah, hopefully not. I'll feel it. Okay. Has double fertilization. Does it form an endosperm, a successful one that the plant can use?
Yeah.
What about the female gametophyte? Does it use that too? So that thing's got the good of both. Okay, that's nice. Good for them.
Anything else?
Oh, is that the last slide?
Are these the only slides that we should know? Just, I mean, these, like,
Yeah.
Well, this is the microscopic, which is stuff that people typically struggle with. The other slides are visuals, like from the fruit lab, which
Can we
you
go over
can
those?
go over and